Hello, QVS AP Human Geography students. I hope you are having a good weekend and I hope you have enjoyed what you've learned so far with the first of our topics, population and migration in Essential Unit 2 of the AP Human Geography course. We are going to move into week 2 of Essential Unit 2, and I want to take you to the course page and take the opportunity to show you around and talk about where I would like you to go in the next week. So it's going to be important that you follow along very carefully because yet again, I am going to take you to one of the selective units called Geography Through Film. You've already been there, but I just want to talk to you about the film for this unit that I would like you to start the week watching to get you in the right mindset in terms of why we look at population, to have a strong understanding of countries and the level of development in which they are in around the world today. So population is important. Let me take you to the course page and let me show you what you need to do in week 2 in order to be successful. So here we go. We are on the course page, and I'm going to close that one really quick. Essential Unit 1 still open, yet I have to warn you, if you are still back in Essential Unit 1, you really need to pick up the pace because we are moving further in Essential Unit 2. I want you to begin this week by going back to this selective unit called Geography Through Film. So you can see I have lots of unit tabs. In fact, all these ones in the middle you can't even see on your page. But Unit 1 is open, Unit 2 is open, and then we have 3 selective units at the bottom that are open as well. I want you to click and open the one called Geography Through Film. You've already been here because you watched a documentary in the first unit called The Geospatial Revolution. And I am going to have you watch another documentary for Essential Unit 2. So this one is done, and this is Essential Unit 2 films that will be the focus. Now, for week 2, I do not want you to watch both of these films. I only want you to watch the first one that is called Don't Panic. For the film, you will need the film analysis worksheet. It's the exact same worksheet that you did for Geospatial Revolution. So you already know what you need to do. While you watch the documentary, you have to pay attention for geography themes. If you don't know what the geography themes are, they are listed on this note-taking tool. And then after you show me how the themes present themselves within the documentary, you have to write a short, what I think it's like a 3 to 5 paragraph analysis of what you learned in the film as it relates to the topic we are studying, which happens to be population. So this documentary that you are going to watch, it's called Don't Panic. The presenter in the film is someone who you've already watched in a few of the other presentations that I have given you within the context of this unit. His name is Hans Rosling. Not only did he write a book about population, but he has this documentary. It is a little less than an hour long, so you should be able to watch it within one class period. It might take a little bit longer. And he assures the world or his viewers that the population of the world will not exceed 11 billion. There's a number of people around the world today who are worried that the earth will not be able to sustain or that its carrying capacity will be overloaded because of excessive population. Well, in this documentary, Rosling presents why that won't happen, and he makes the claim that the Earth's population will not exceed 11 billion. And he uses a lot of graphics to explain why, in fact, he makes that claim. I hope you enjoy watching it. I think he's very interesting in his presentation. And once you are done watching it, then make sure you fill out the analysis document and upload it in this selective unit tab, okay? Then going back to the main course page and going back to, I want to go back up here, Essential Unit 2. So go back and open this one. I talked last week about the focus, population and migration. However, in the first part of the unit, our focus is purely on population. If you're not done with week 1 activities, they are still here and open for you. In fact, I imagine that a lot of you are still researching your character for our population party. If you're having trouble on that, please don't be afraid to contact me. I love research and I am happy to help you find some links to descriptions of the people who you have been assigned and what they would say or think about the features of population that you have been assigned to. So hopefully you're working on that. And if you have not already uploaded your recording in Flipgrid, you still have some time to do that because we are not all going to the party yet. The party will not be in week 2. I will invite you into the party in the near future. So you still have time to work on your character for the population party. Last week, you should have done all of the activities in 2.1 and 2.2. This week, we are going to move on to 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. So I would like you to really try and complete those activities. And watching that film, Don't Panic, will be a real benefit to your understanding of population composition, dynamics, and the demographic transition model. Because especially with this last feature, the demographic transition model, essentially what this model does is it explains or helps us understand how countries within the context of their development move from stage 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And as countries are more developed, they enter those latter stages of this model. And in those latter stages, what begins to happen to birth rates is they even out and even begin to decline. And that is something that Rosling presents to us in that documentary called Don't Panic. And that's largely the support that he needs for his claim that the population of the world will never exceed 11 billion. So that is an important model within the context of geography. So pay very careful attention for that activity. Now going back up to population composition, what you're going to learn about in these 3 activities here is how demographers use population data to create what are called population pyramids. I'll go ahead and open this second activity because I think I have an image of a population pyramid. Yes, I do. Good. So here is an example of a population pyramid. And essentially what it shows you for a given country, this happens to be the United States in 2019. For a given country, it breaks up the country's population by gender. So you have females represented on the right and males represented on the left. It breaks up population by age ranges that are presented to you on the y-axis. And then on the x-axis, it shows you what percentage of that group makes up the population for the whole for any given gender at any given age level. And these numbers are just kind of there to help you make it more clear where in the x-axis they lie. So a population pyramid tells us a lot about the development in a country, the extent to which the people are educated, especially women, as women go to university and delay making families. then the number of children a woman will have within the context of her lifetime is decreased. Families used to be much larger in the past, and there's a number of reasons why family size has decreased over time for developed countries like the United States. So going back to the main course page, you're going to spend a lot of time looking at population pyramids in this activity. You will listen to Mr. Sin talk to you about the importance of population pyramids. You'll answer some questions related to how population pyramids are structured. You'll create some population pyramids of your own. In the case of this one, I think you even get to pick the countries that you are going to create the population pyramids for. There are some population pyramid generators that will help you along in that activity. And then moving on, I want you to take a look at population dynamics. So in this set of lessons, the focus will be on how population pyramids explain to us different features or issues related to different countries and the populations that exist within them. So after you listen to the video in population dynamics SCORM and answer the questions, you'll do another case study. So when you open this activity, you'll get to see that you get to pick yet again another country to gather some demographic features of the country. I would encourage you, as we do these different like case studies from unit to unit and from topic to topic, to go out of your way to pick different countries. So if you've already looked at, like, let's say Turkey for the 5 themes of geography, maybe for this activity, pick a different country. So you begin to broaden your understanding of the features of different countries around the world. Okay. And then after you finish those activities, move on to the demographic transition model activity. There will be another country study, but it's very important that you listen to the Mr. Sin episode here, because he explains to you the model. He explains to you the 4 different stages of the demographic transition. Really, no country in the world today is in stage 1 anymore. But as we move from developing to more developed to the most advanced developed states in the world, they range from being in stages 2 to 4 of that model. So you'll get a strong understanding of where countries are, and you'll do another country study here. So you're going to pick any country in the world, and you have to figure out and present information explaining what level of or what stage they are in within the context of the demographic transition model. Okay, so that is what I want you to do in week 2 of Essential Unit 2. Start out with Rosling's Don't Panic episode. I hope you enjoy it as much as you did the geospatial revolution. I think he's interesting and funny. I hope you do too. And don't be afraid to contact me this week if you have any questions. I am happy to help you in any way, especially with that population party activity and role that you are developing. Please pay attention to the email that I sent you. I sent a couple different emails, one telling you the role, the person that you have to play. And the second email that I sent was the code for you to gain access to Flipgrid and the population parties. So have a good week. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help.